As 5G strategies mature and telco cloud platforms become a reality, so DevOps and CI/CD become increasingly important considerations for network operators around the world. Well, I'm talking today with Mike Ouellette. He is Senior Director of Engineering Operations at NetNumber about this very important topic. So Mike, are we starting to see that DevOps and CI/CD process methodology is emerging as a critical consideration for efficient 5G rollouts?
Hi, Ray. Yes, that's exactly right. We see that CSPs are eager to embrace DevOps practices and CI/CD processes really around the topic of automation. The end goals being to decrease manual effort, decrease time, and ultimately improve the deployment processes as a whole. By decreasing deployment effort, deployment time, the CSPs are able to more rapidly deploy and innovate their network and service deployment activities. Now, there's a balance that needs to be struck here between speed and safety. And this is where there's a tremendous opportunity for vendors and operators to collaborate together, opportunity to share knowledge and to share learning. So in the end, we do see DevOps processes, CI/CD processes becoming table stakes for 5G rollouts.
Okay. And what are the key considerations when pulling together a DevOps strategy?
Probably the most important set of topics when putting together a DevOps and CI/CD strategy are around the people, the processes, and the tools. The traditional way of procuring software, deploying services and applications into the network are vastly different when you adopt a DevOps mindset and CI/CD processes. So there's tremendous learning that's going on with both vendors and operators. And we're on this journey together as we figure out a new way of operating within these processes. NetNumber is taking an iterative approach to this process. We're focusing first on the delivery, the software delivery, and the software acceptance phases. And we feel that by doing this, we can help the operators gain confidence in new processes. And another benefit of this iterative approach is that it allows us to remain flexible and hit what continues to be effectively a moving target. Another key consideration is the topic of security. As we see the adoption of open source software continue to increase, security continues to be a pervasive focus for us as a software company. And a winning strategy that we've adopted here is to integrate security throughout various stages of the development and deployment process. And then finally, a key consideration is around the notion of intergenerational migration. We have to keep in mind that 5G is surely an impetus for a lot of DevOps and CI/CD activities, but we shouldn't forget about pre-5G activities as well.
And how is NetNumber managing to meet the evolving needs of the market while still meeting the traditional needs of its CSP customers?
So by adopting an iterative approach, this allows NetNumber to be very flexible, to gather learning, and to pivot when needed and adopt a strategy as obstacles are encountered. I think there's a unique value proposition that we bring to the table here at NetNumber in our approach with one platform for all technology. This intergenerational approach to our platform is the same approach that we've applied to our integrated DevOps offerings as well, which helps meet the needs for not just 5G deployments, but all G deployments.
Okay, great. And you've already mentioned security, Mike. What is NetNumber doing to address security requirements?
Yeah, that's a great question. Security is a very important topic these days. And we approach this from really two standpoints. There's the topic of product security, where we continue to apply industry standard frameworks and benchmarks, things like OWASP Top 10, CIS benchmarks. These tools help us ensure that our software is free from security issues prior to deploying into customers' networks. Also, and as I mentioned before, we see the increased use of open source software in general, but also within our own products. Within the last year, we've purchased a tool called Sneak, which we utilize to perform software composition analysis on the open source software that we include in our products. This allows us to scan the open source software that we include in our products to make sure that it is free from known vulnerabilities and to ensure that it's licensed according to our guidelines. The other major topic around the item of security has to do with how we secure our software supply chain. Of course, open source software, third-party software is foundational in a lot of ways to our products. And we ensure the integrity of these third-party pieces of software by internally vendoring these packages. We go through a process where third-party open source software is sourced from external vendors. We go through a security assessment and host those packages ourselves internally within our network. This allows our development organization to utilize third-party software that has been curated by NetNumber. So there's assurance that the third-party software that's being used is safe. In terms of distributing the software to our customers, we start by securing the communication path. The connections between local and remote repositories are secured via IPsec VPN and TLS. As packages are transferred from NetNumber to our end customers, the integrity of these packages are verified in flight and at the destination side. This helps ensure that the packages are not tampered with in flight. And then finally, once the packages have been installed and delivered to the customer site, they are effectively immutable. They cannot be changed, they cannot be overwritten. And it's this combination of vendoring software, securing the communication path, verifying the integrity, and providing immutability at rest that helps CSPs have assurance in the integrity of our software supply chain.
Excellent. Well, that makes an awful lot of sense for what is a really serious consideration for all network operators. Great to talk to you, Mike, and look forward to talking to you again in the near future. Thanks very much.
Thanks for having me, Ray.